What's up, Nootropics lovers? My name's Monsal. I'm with Nootropedia, and today we're going to talk about CBD oil, or cannabidiol. So guys, cannabidiol is one of 113 different cannabinoids that is in the cannabis plant. Now, if you've ever smoked marijuana, or you have just noticed that it's a very popular thing for people to use, this is where you get the CBD oil. And in fact, it's about 40% of the plant's extract. So this is a major component in the cannabis plant. So guys, now that you know CBD oil comes from marijuana, you might be thinking to yourself, why don't I just smoke some more marijuana and get the benefits of CBD oil that way? Well, it doesn't work that way, at least not today. And there's a few reasons for that. Now, the main active ingredient in marijuana that makes it so potent and that makes it so popular is THC. And in the 1960s, a marijuana or cannabis plant might have 3 to 5% THC. Today, in 2017, the average cannabis plant has 28% THC. So over the last 50 or so years, we have increased the THC content of cannabis plants by 833%. This is one of the main reasons why so many people are smoking marijuana and they're finding that they become more anxious or more anxiety prone when they do so. It's because a ratio of about 1:1 with CBD oil and THC is supposed to be the best blend that essentially nature provided for us. Unfortunately, we have tried to synthesize the more potent form of cannabis for so many years that we now have an imbalance that creates anxiety instead of reduces it. Now guys, I'm going to get a little bit nerdy here, but there's a specific part of our brain called the anterior cingulate cortex, or the ACC. Now this is essentially a small region of the brain where scientists have discovered that regulates anxiety. And if you are smoking marijuana chronically with high THC content, there's a good chance you can chronically increase your stress levels because of this specific region of the brain. So now that you understand this comparison between marijuana, THC, and CBD oil, we are going to chat a little bit about the benefits of CBD oil. So guys, the first is anti-anxiety. A 2015 study in Neurotherapeutics found that CBD oil could help to alleviate the symptoms of many different kinds of anxiety, not just general anxiety, but also social anxiety and many other types as well. So this study looked at a variety of different types and sources of anxiety and found CBD oil was effective at treating all of them. So something that resonates even stronger with me is a study from 2011 in the Journal of Neuropsychopharmacology. And this study found that people who were struggling with social phobia could actually reduce their anxiety when public speaking. Now this is a huge gap. People with social phobia and then public speaking is probably one of the hardest things that they could be asked to do, but CBD oil helped them to bridge that gap. So it shows just how strong cannabidiol can be for reducing anxiety. Now guys, another major benefit of CBD oil is anti-inflammation. A number of studies have looked at inflammatory markers and found that CBD oil can reduce cytokines, which are specifically molecules in our blood that show whether we are inflamed or not. And inflammation is linked to a number of different chronic diseases, including Alzheimer's, dementia, and a number of cognitive defects as well. So by reducing our inflammation in general, it's going to be a good thing, but CBD oil is incredibly effective at doing so. In fact, another molecule called TNF-alpha, don't bother trying to remember all these, but TNF-alpha is a major sign of inflammation, and another study showed that CBD oil could actually reduce TNF-alpha in the bloodstream. So this is just more evidence that very specific compounds associated with inflammation are reduced or in some cases completely gone with using CBD oil. So guys, another benefit of CBD oil is increasing sleep. And not just sleep quality, but also sleep quantity. So it can help you sleep longer if that's something you need. It can help you sleep better if that's something you need. But it is dose dependent. So if you take a low dose of CBD oil, it will help you with sleep. But if you take a high dose, you might experience the opposite effect. CBD oil is actually an adenosine receptor antagonist, which means it's actually similar to caffeine. Caffeine helps us to stay alert through the adenosine system, and CBD oil has a similar, though not as strong, effect. So for some people, taking too much CBD oil can actually wake you up, improve your alertness, whereas a lower dose can actually help you sleep and sleep better as well. So guys, the final benefit that I'm going to talk about today is for mood enhancement. Now, there's not a ton of evidence in the scientific literature. If you look at the anecdotal reports, you'll find a common occurrence, which is that CBD oil helps to improve mood. And this could be related to the anxiety component, but there's one specific thing that kept coming up. People would say that they would improve their mood, but it was far more effective at improving their mood than they would have expected for such a non-invasive drug. So they might have experience with other, potent pharmaceutical drugs in the past, but CBD oil could produce as good of a result, and it's not that strong or that potent or create that sedating experience that often comes with mood enhancers. So guys, in essence, the anecdotes were suggesting that CBD oil could be a sustainable way to improve mood. It's a sustainable nootropic compound that you can use on a longer term basis and not fear something that's a little more strong that might have side effects. Now, speaking of side effects, there are a few studies done on CBD oil and their side effects. Now, when you compare things like marijuana and CBD oil to alcohol, for example, it's actually far less risky, and that's one of the arguments that many people in favor of marijuana legalization are making. Now, with CBD oil specifically, you can see studies that use doses of 1,500 milligrams per day. Now, this is many times more the recommended dose, and these studies find no adverse side effects. So just keep that in mind. There's some studies with extreme high doses and no adverse side effects. That being said, there is also some evidence that shows CBD oil could reduce fertility. So I'm not entirely sure what the mechanism there is, but if you are trying to conceive, if you're a male who's trying to have a child, it may be something to keep in mind so that you don't have any questions about the fertility issue. So guys, I know this was a very brief overview of CBD oil. I want you to check out the full post located on the site Nootropedia if you want more of the science, more of the details. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel because I come out with these videos every few days, and I want you to get them first. They're usually pretty quick, pretty concise, give you exactly what you need. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you enjoy CBD oil. Subscribe to the channel. I will see you next time.